Dạ, con xin kính chào các quý sư, quý cô và các quý đạo hữu tới tham dự pháp đàm. Bây giờ chúng ta có thể bắt đầu buổi pháp đàm. Có chị Huyền. Chị Huyền đăng ký đặt câu hỏi đầu tiên. Xin mời chị Huyền ạ.
Xin chào Achan ạ, chào các thầy cô, chào tất cả mọi người.
Hình như là chưa mở mic.
Dạ. Con xin phép cho có một câu hỏi rất mong muốn Achan và cô chú làm rõ cho con thêm về cái việc mà hành thiền. Hành thiền ạ. Thì con cũng là người hành thiền cũng tương đối lâu rồi và cũng có đi dẫn thiền, thậm chí có cả dạy thiền. Thế nhưng mà từ hôm qua sư thầy hỏi và thầy cô có giảng lại ấy, thì mới ngộ ra rằng là cái hành thiền của mình nó chưa tới, mình chưa hiểu được cái an tịnh là như thế nào. Thậm chí còn có một cái gọi là một cái mong cầu là dẫn thiền để đạt được an tịnh và để đạt được giác ngộ. Vậy thì con rất mong Achan và thầy cô nói, tức là gần như giảng cho con hiểu rõ thêm về những việc con đang làm như thế nào cho nó rõ ràng hơn ạ.
Dear Achan and teachers, I myself have been practicing meditation for a number of years and even teach meditation to others. And yesterday, when the monk asked the question about jhana, and Achan asked the question, do you know what is calm? That made me realize that I don't really know about what I am doing. So I would like to have more explanation from you all about this topic, because now I start wondering whether what I am doing is right or how should I proceed in the right way on this matter. Thank you.
So it continue on I and I and I and I. And what is the truth? Is that I? So understand what is there now as not I, because it's different moments of different realities. It's better than just think about the other moment, which is not now, because now is not understood yet. How can there be the understanding of that which is not now? But we can learn about anything to understand the truth. Each word, what is the truth of that word? For example, meditation, what is it? If there is no understanding of what meditation, but practices meditation, what does it mean? Without any understanding. So what is the result? More and more ignorance and no understanding. All the way to more and more misunderstanding or ignorance. Isn't right? No matter how long you think that you are practicing or any time, no understanding of the truth of this moment at all. So that is not the word of the Buddha. No matter what word in Tipitaka, no matter it is Vinaya, Sutta or Abhidhamma, just talk about the truth as Dhamma and Anatta, to have more and more confidence to let go ignorance gradually from moment of understanding until it can eradicate ignorance arises with wrong understanding. Wrong understanding. It's not self, but it's take for self. It's not I, but it's I who sees what's right and what's wrong. And what about meditation? Can there be the understanding of what is there now? Or no idea at all. Just want to experience something. But something hasn't arisen yet. But now it has arisen. as long as there is no right understanding of the truth of what is there right now, it's not the teaching of the Buddha. Because no matter you talk about seeing, where is it? When is it? And hearing and thinking, liking, disliking, when are they? And where are they? What does not appear, can it be known? So now what is appearing only can be known. But it depends on whether there is the reality which knows or understands the nature, the very subtle reality, different ones now seeing and hearing and thinking. Each one is different, not the same moment. And there can be just one moment at a time. Is that right? Just consider the truth carefully to understand what is just there at that very moment.
Dạ thưa bà là con đến bây giờ thì con tạm hiểu rằng là không có cái tôi, cũng không có cái bản thân mình. Nhưng mà con vẫn thắc mắc là các thầy vẫn thực hành thiền và giảng thiền rất là nhiều. Tất nhiên là cái thiền mà con dẫn và con thực hành thì nó không phải là thiền Vipassana hay là thiền gì cả, mà là thiền trên các luân xa. Mà thực tế là tối hôm qua con về con ngồi cuộc thiền thì thực sự là cái đầu của con nó bốc lên, nó rất là đau. Nó đau bốc lên, chưa bao giờ con thiền mà con bị cái cảm giác như vậy. Đau buốt hết cả đầu lên mà cảm giác như cái đầu nó có thể nhấc khỏi cái cơ thể của mình được ạ. Thứ nhất là như thế, thứ hai là con cũng vậy thì con hiểu rằng là cái việc mà mình hành thiền, mình dẫn thiền nó không phải là pháp, đúng không ạ? Thì bây giờ cái việc mà con làm ấy, con phải thực hành, mà ví dụ như là con hiểu rằng là mình hiểu được cái thực tế bây giờ nó là cái gì, đúng không ạ? Thì cái việc mà bây giờ mình nói lại cho tất cả những cộng đồng mình đang dẫn dắt nó sẽ như thế nào? Con đang bị bối rối cái chỗ đó.
So from hearing you teach about the Dhamma, I understand that there's no me, no I, no myself. But there are many things that make me wonder. The first thing is that many monks still practice meditation. Myself, I don't practice Vipassana meditation like what they call, but I practice chakra meditation. And yesterday when I come back from the discussion, I sit down for meditation and suddenly I feel a lot of headache, very, very strong headache that never occurred to me before. And because I got very confused, so I think that now I am in the position of teaching others, but I cannot tell them what I don't think is true anymore. So what should I do? Or how can I solve this problem?
Just to clarify, when you say you practice meditation, do you consider you're practicing the Buddha's teaching, the development of the path that he taught, or something not necessarily connected with that?
Thưa chú là thưa thầy là con không thực hành theo phương pháp thiền của các thầy, ví dụ như thiền Vipassana là không, mà con thực hành thiền theo luân xa. Nó là một cái phương pháp thiền khác. Thì cái phương pháp thiền đấy, thiền trên các luân xa, mục đích là để mình làm kích khỏe, cân bằng luân xa. Và cũng có đưa đến khi mà con thiền trên các luân xa 6-7, nghĩa là cái đỉnh đầu của mình á, thì con cũng có cảm nhận được nó cũng khác. Nhưng mà đến bây giờ thì hiểu rằng mọi cái nó mông lung, nó đang bị đảo lộn. Nó đang bị đảo lộn từ những cái gì mình hành, những cái gì mình biết đến bây giờ. Thì nó đang bị đảo lộn, nên con muốn thầy làm rõ cho con ạ.
So she said that the practicing of chakra meditation for her are mainly for balancing the chakra and for health. And when she practice on the highest chakra, she feels very different. I don't know what kind of what different or how it is, but what she said, and she said, but now I understand that practicing meditation is not Dhamma, and it's something that I don't know whether it's correct or not correct. So that's why she would like to hear more.
Well, it's good that you understand that practicing meditation is not Dhamma. And of course, the purpose of our gathering here is to discuss the Dhamma. So you don't need to worry about your meditation practice. You said that you find it beneficial for health. And I can only say to that it's not a recognized path to health, but if someone thinks it's beneficial for that purpose, I suppose they will do it. But I think we need to start from the beginning to appreciate the point that the Dhamma is not meditation, because the aim of the path taught by the Buddha is to develop the understanding which sees the true nature of this life and which comes to understand what are the conditions for further existence in samsara and what are the conditions for bringing that to an end. But we don't need to think too much about the end goal at the beginning, because we can appreciate that, as Ajahn mentioned earlier, for us, until we hear the Buddha's teaching, life is just all about ourselves and the things we like. There is no appreciation really of the nature of the present moment. There is just pursuing conventional ambitions and goals. The Buddha explained that there are realities that are not apparent until one has heard about them, and that by considering the words of his teaching, those realities can gradually become apparent. And so that's why we talk about the realities of the present moment as it is, not as it might be if we go and sit in a quiet place. Because now is this life just as much as any other situation is this life. So the beginning has to be understanding what is appearing at the present moment. I'll finish there, but I'll just make a short comment on your pragmatic question of your students and what to do with them. I suggest you, as you come to understand more about the Dhamma, you help them by explaining things in terms that you understand them. So, for example, you may explain that while what you teach them is beneficial for their health, it is not the same as an understanding that will be beneficial for them not just in this life but in future lives also.
chat at lunchtime with a friend about health issues, and we talked about how actually the best medicine of all is the understanding of Dhamma. The understanding of Dhamma is the medicine that helps all problems. We all have problems and difficulties and disturbances and things we worry about in life. But the more understanding, the more we appreciate that the problems are not in the physical health, are not in the worldly difficulties or the family issues, but in the thinking right now. So the best way to help anyone is to help them understand that there are just dharmas arising and falling away, no I to do anything. We also chatted at lunch about how there is no I to practice, no I to make an effort, no I to do anything. No need to think, what shall I do? Because this is not the understanding of Dhamma. It's the idea that I can make decisions, I can make choices, I can practice this or that. No I. The Buddha taught that all dhammas are anatta. So it doesn't matter what other teachers, other bhikkhus, anyone else says. The teaching that the Buddha taught is about all dhammas are anatta, the understanding of Dhamma right now. As soon as there's an idea of I practice meditation, it's not the understanding of Dhamma, because it, as Ajahn said, it's I doing something. And what is meditation? The Buddha used the Pali word bhavana. Bhavana means the development of understanding. It doesn't mean focusing on breath or focusing on chakra or focusing on abdomen or focusing on anything. It means at this very moment beginning to understand the truth. He taught that we can travel all around the world, but the world is here and now. The end of the world is right at this very moment of seeing or hearing, and it crumbles away, it falls away. It's the crumbling world at each moment. So this is life now. If there is no bhavana now, no matter sitting in the discussion room, going to the market, any time, if we wait for a special time and place to focus on a particular object, it's the wrong way, not the right way taught by the Buddha. And that's why there will be more and more disturbances, more and more headaches, more and more confusion, because it's the opposite of letting go. The right path is the letting go of the clinging to I, the clinging to the idea that I can practice or do anything. And so when we talked about calm yesterday, we said there is no calms at moments of seeing or hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. No calm at moments of clinging, I trying to practice or be aware of an object. No calm at those moments. Calm only arises at moments of kusala, moments of wholesomeness, at moments of kindness, moments of generosity, moments of understanding here and now. So at the moment of considering wisely like now, there is calm, no headache or disturbance at that moment. So I appreciate your sincere questions, because many people have been in the same situation, meditating for years, teaching meditation, and to appreciate that it's of no value at all. it's not the right way. It takes courage and sincerity to come back to the beginning and listen again to the truth at this moment. But when there is the courage to let it go and develop right understanding, it conditions a lot of joy. The burden of what I must do, the decision I must make, how I must teach my students is a big burden. So let understanding, let it all go. So consider more, appreciate more, and then those who you would like to help will benefit a lot.
And I just want to add briefly, because you mentioned the special feeling that occurs when you reach the highest chakra. And I suppose you're wondering what that might be. Whether it's something special, it is, but as we understand it, it cannot be kusala, because it doesn't, it comes from following a practice which is not the same as developing kusala as and when it arises naturally. So the development of samatha or calm, which is mentioned in the teachings, but which, as we know, is not unique to the Buddha, and which culminates in the attainment of jhana, begins with the kusala that arises naturally in our daily life. And it's from recognizing those moments and appreciating their value that the calm is developed, that eventually leads to a high degree of concentration and then to jhana. If one follows some other practice and you get to a point where it seems to be calm, it's not going to be the calm that comes from developing moments of kusala in one's daily life and building on that.
Dạ, con xin cảm ơn ông bà.
Thank you, chắc Achan.
Everyone lives right now to what? Each moment. Live each moment to what?
Thưa Achan là Achan nhắc đến từ khoảnh khắc thì con cũng lại muốn làm rõ thêm một chút. Nghĩa là khi mình thực hành thiền thì mình cũng lại đưa cái tâm, đưa cái thân lại về thực hành.
Chị nghe kỹ câu hỏi Achan.
Hiện tại là gì?
Chúng ta sống để làm gì, để tới điều gì? Chúng ta sống để làm gì?
Thì mục đích sống thì mình mong cầu là được an tịnh và được hạnh phúc ấy ạ. Thì em cũng muốn hỏi thêm là cái việc mà hành thiền ấy thì nó cũng mang lại được, cũng có mong cầu là sự an định và hạnh phúc trong những cái lúc đó. Nghĩa là cái giây phút mình ngồi thiền nó cũng là an định ạ. Thì em vẫn tức là khi mà thầy cô chú nói thì em rõ rồi. Nhưng mà Achan lại nhắc đến cái sự một cái từ
thực ra là để được Achan hướng dẫn, mình cứ phải nghe và theo những câu hỏi của Achan, mình suy xét kỹ thì mới hiểu được cái ý của Achan. Nên là chị cứ lắng nghe kỹ, hỏi kỹ. Bây giờ Achan hỏi là bây giờ you ask we are living to what, right?
No, Everyone lives
Yes.
on and on.
Yes.
To die or to what?
For what?
Chúng ta sống thì cuối cùng là để làm gì?
Just live to eat, live to hear, live to enjoy life, or when there is the understanding of the word of truth, just live like usual, to eat, to enjoy life, or to understand the truth. Be truthful. Having heard about the truth of this moment, that it can be known, it can be realized. So from now on, live to understand Dhamma, right? Or live to enjoy life as usual for a while and then die, and then born again, see again, hear again, and then die. Just like now, again and again. No understanding of that which is now can be understood. What is it? It does not appear as it is at all. It appears as something, someone, or as something there. Even the voice or the sound is heard. What is it? It's something. That would like to understand what is it. But the answer is from the enlightened one. What is there now is real. So real, isn't it? But what is the truth of the reality right now? What is it? Hearing, gone. Seeing, gone. Everything gone. Is that true? It has to be just like this, on and on and on and on, with attachment and ignorance of what appears from day to day. So now, live to understand the truth. Live to experience the nature of what is there now as it is. Is it better? Or just live as enjoying life with ignorance and more attachment to the what is seen, heard, and so on. So it depends on, there's the way to understand the truth, but it depends on accumulation, to be interested, to be able to understand the truth right now, or when it develops on and on to the degree that it can directly experience the nature of one reality at a time. But if there's no understanding that what is now is only one reality, seeing is seeing, and there can be the understanding of only seeing as seeing, when seeing appears, just only seeing. Is that right? But now, even there is seeing, there are hearing, thinking, liking, so many realities. So how can it be known as it is? They're all there as something, because it's not clear understanding of what is there as we take for something. No matter a rose, a table, or a chair, what are there in this world are taken for something all day, all the time. But there is the way to understand the truth of this moment by hearing and considering, not just sit. So what's the point of sitting or meditating? Have you been meditated?
Dạ con có hành thiền ạ, có hành thiền hàng ngày. Thế thì ở đây thì con cũng thực ra thì con là một giảng viên, thế con cũng muốn hỏi thêm là cái việc mà mình con hiểu rằng là mình sống ở trên đời đấy không phải được hưởng thụ đâu ạ. Con hiểu điều đó. Và cái việc mà mình sống, mình được sinh ra, mình phải tạo ra giá trị, mình phải cho đi giá trị và mình phải để lại giá trị cho cuộc đời này ấy ạ. Thì mấy ngày hôm nay con được tiếp cận với các ngài thì con hiểu rằng các ngài đang cho đi giá trị quá lớn và sau này sẽ để lại những giá trị cho tất cả những ai mà được đủ duyên được tham gia cái pháp đàm, những pháp đàm như này ấy, nó quá lớn ạ. Thì tất cả những cái gọi là tạo giá trị, cho đi giá trị và sau này sẽ để lại giá trị đấy thì nó có phải là mục đích sống không ạ? Thưa chị giúp em việc đó.
She said that I understand that live just to enjoy life should not be the purpose. And I got to know that we have to live something beneficial for others in the way we live our life. Like what you have been doing here, it's of great value for many others for a long time. So now my question is, so that should be the purpose of our life, right? Doing something beneficial for others.
Is there any way? Or just sit? Can you do anything to understand the truth of this moment?
Đến bây giờ thì con hiểu rằng là chỉ có nghe và học giáo pháp thì để hiểu về sự thật, để hiểu về những cái vô minh của mình ấy. Càng nghe, có nghĩa là từ hôm đấy giờ con càng nghe, con càng thấy mình vô minh nhiều quá. Cái vô minh ở trong mình nó cứ lớn dần. Thực ra là cái tôi, cái ta rồi cái gì đó nó đều làm cho mình rất là vô minh. Thế thành ra là
So at this point, I understand that only listening and understanding what is real, that is the thing that we have to do, and to understand our ignorance. Because the more I listen, the more I realize that the ignorance is so great.
That's why from now on, listen again, consider again about that which appears. So now, seeing is there. Does anyone like to experience the truth or just, it doesn't matter at all. But there is the way to understand the nature of what is there now as it is until it shows up its nature, no doubt about it. The seeing cannot be changed, but without attention to the nature of it, how can it be known? It's gone. But from now, there is seeing, no understanding the truth of it, but it's real and it's different from that which is seen. That which is seen cannot see, and that which see cannot be seen. Right? Can anyone see the seeing? Can anyone see the hearing? Even there is hearing, the only way is to begin to consider that hearing is not the sound. At that moment, no one at all. Only that which arises and experiences sound. So, sound is not a hearing, and the hearing is not sound. Sound appears to hearing, but does hearing appear to sound? See? So very common, usual, but no understanding until you begin to hear the truth of what is that which sees or hears. It's so real at the moment when it's there. Sees now, hears now. So it's a reality which experiences what is heard and what is seen. Is there that reality which arises and experience? When it arises, it has to experience one object. It can be smell, it can be hardness or softness now. Just now is the proof whether there is a reality which experience sound or sight or hardness, anyone, not at will, but by conditions. It's like thinking like now, we cannot control it. It's already arise and then fall away. Can that be known? The truth that it's not there forever. Seeing now is not there forever. Hearing now is not there forever. It's just a moment of seeing and gone, a moment of hearing, a moment of thinking. Learn to understand that life is only this way. What is there conditioned to arise and fall away instantly. Begin to have the foundation of the truth at moment of hearing about what is there now. So without hearing, considering, can there be the letting go, clinging to it as something? Are you sitting? You don't have to say, I'm sitting, but I is there already, which sits. Do you hear? Do you hear? Hearing hears. Carefully consider little by little about the ultimate truth. At moment of a reality arises and hears and gone, no one there at all. And that which is heard also gone. So no more hearing, no more having that as object at all. So the reality which arises and falls away and experiences the object right now, so very, very short, very, very quick. No one can imagine how quick it is. Close your eyes, everything's gone, nothing appears. See, who make it that way? It's the way it is, so quickly. And as soon as one opens one's eye, everything instantly there. How come? From nothing. When one closes one's eyes, nothing, and then opens one's eyes, everything instantly there. If there's no seeing, can there be what appears now? As many, many things. So not I, no one, only the nature, the reality which is real, which is conditioned to arise to experience. That's why now we begin to use the term for the reality which arises as and experience the object as citta. So now, as soon as one heard the word citta, no doubt about what citta is. Is that citta? It's heart, not citta. So learn to understand the different kinds of reality. One arises and experiences the object because its nature is to experience what is there through eyes, through ears, through nose, tongue, and body, and mind. From birth it's there, each moment, unknown. But now we begin to know that this moment of seeing, it's not the eye, it's not that which is seen, but it is a reality, no shape, no form, just arise to experience an object and then gone instantly. No one can hold it, no one can catch it, no one can touch it, but it's there now sees. No one sees. Learn to understand Dhamma as no one and no thing at all. Just the reality which is conditioned to arise to be different by condition. So we live in the world of Dhamma, different Dhammas. The one experiences the object and the other cannot experience anything at all. Is there hardness now appearing? But no one knows. At the moment when hardness appears, there cannot be anything like now, together. Imagine, is it true? One moment of that which arises and experience, one object only. Seeing cannot hear, it cannot smell, it just can see, it sees only. So when that arises, that which is seen is there. Nothing cannot be there together. Becoming to understand how subtle it is. But the Buddha developed parami to the degree that he enlightened the truth of this frame moment or any moment. It's conditioned. Seeing is conditioned. Without the eye, there cannot be seeing. And hearing, conditioned by the ear. Without the ear, there can never be hearing. So it's the world of seeing at moment of seeing. One world. Nothing is there together. At moment of hearing now, just consider the moment of hearing only. Nothing can be there at all. Only that which hears. Experiences sound. If it does not experience sound, sound cannot appear. So now sound is appearing by that which arises and experience sound just in a moment and then gone. So life exists only in a moment, very impermanent moment, very short moment, unknown, until hearing again and again, and have confidence a little more to be foundation to that which is understood hasn't been forgotten. Now, who do not know what Dhamma is? Who does not know what Dhamma is now? Dhamma is a reality. And there are two kinds of Dhamma. One arises and experiences the object. No matter what appears, it appears only. That reality arises and experiences it. Is that right?
You mentioned that it's very important to you to do something that's beneficial for others. And many people here also have accumulations to be very generous and very kind. And the Buddha encouraged all kinds of kusala. He encouraged generosity of all kinds. And he also encouraged kindness, metta, helping the others, being concerned for the others' welfare, being friendly no matter who one is with, no matter where and when. But he said these are nothing compared to the kusala of developing understanding. So the understanding of the truth is the greatest kusala. So whilst developing kindness, generosity, friendliness, develop understanding, the greatest kusala, and through understanding, that will also be what is most beneficial to others. But just the understanding itself, whilst listening, considering any time, is very valuable. And without the understanding that Ajahn has been talking about, seeing now, hearing now, the realities that experience now, the realities or dharmas that don't experience anything now, there is the gradual letting go of self and I and what I want to be a good person or a kind person and so on. And there is the understanding of what true generosity is, not just I want to be kind or when I teach meditation, I'm helping the others. But it's the understanding only that can understand what kindness is, what generosity is. Because usually we take the clinging, the attachment for kindness. We take the clinging to the gift for generosity, the expectations. So it's only with understanding that there can be truthfulness about what is goodness, what is kindness, what is helping the others. So it takes a lot of honesty and courage and sincerity to gradually let go of the idea of I and the strong clinging to I that would like this and that. So understanding is what is most precious. So that's why every time we come back to now, this moment, just hardness that is touched, not something, not a microphone, a table, just a Dhamma, an element, a dhatu as we talked about yesterday, and the seeing, not my seeing, the giving, not my giving, the kindness, not my kindness. They're all just different dhammas. Nama dhammas, those dhammas which experience an object like seeing or hearing, and those dhammas, rupa dhammas, that don't experience anything, such as the sound that is heard now, the hardness that is touched, different from the ideas and the dreams about chakras and flowers and the lake outside. These are not dhammas. So this is why we discuss, consider and learn more about what dhammas are.
And I think you'll find that if you have an interest in developing a better understanding of the reality of life as it is at the present moment, gradually you'll come to the realization that any kind of meditation practice is of limited benefit, if any. And at that point, it may happen that it doesn't continue because you can appreciate that perhaps what is driving the meditation practice, in fact, is expectations of some greater gain. And even if you say, well, it's just for health benefits, but really, secretly, there's the idea that it is developing a higher mental state. Otherwise, why would one do it, really? But it has. I'm not saying that you should stop the meditation practice right away. I'm just saying that in time, if you come to appreciate the value of developing understanding, then the motivation for meditation will fall away naturally.
Không biết ơn ạ.
Xong rồi đúng không ạ? Có hình như là bạn Hà đăng ký hỏi đúng không? Mời bạn Hà.
Just a moment, please.
Để A Chan nói thêm một chút.
Is kindness real?
No, not real.
Is anger real?
Có, sân có từ cả là một pháp ạ.
Is attachment real?
Có ạ.
Is non-attachment real?
vô tham hả chị?
Vô tham. Có thực không ạ?
Vô tham có thực ạ.
Yes, it's real.
So is kindness real?
Từ ái có
Is
thực.
generosity real?
Có thực ạ.
Yes.
What is it?
Có ạ.
What is it? It's real. What is it? We learn to understand the
Là
truth.
pháp ạ.
It's Dhamma, Ajahn.
Yes, it's Dhamma. Why is Dhamma?
Tại sao nó lại là pháp ạ?
Vì nó là một sự thật không thay đổi theo thời gian và không gian. Em nghĩ là như vậy.
Because it's a truth that cannot be changed.
Whatever real, it's a Dhamma. Whatever is real, it's a Dhamma. Is kindness real?
Có thầy, có ạ.
Yes.
Is it Dhamma?
Có ạ.
Is it you who is kind?
Dạ có ạ.
Có phải chị là người từ ái không?
Từ ái thì không phải là tôi, nó không có cái mình ở trong đó, không có cái tôi.
Kindness is not me. There's no one in the kindness.
Okay. Is kindness citta?
Không ạ.
What is it then?
Nó từ ái thì nó xuất phát là mình mong, nó như một cái sự mong cầu là mình mang một cái điều gì đó tốt đẹp cho một người.
Tại vì câu hỏi là nó có phải là tâm không? Thì chị trả lời là nó không phải là tâm. Thì Ajahn hỏi tiếp, nó không phải là tâm thì nó là gì? Nó là một pháp đúng không ạ?
Đó là một pháp.
Nó không phải là tâm thì nó là pháp nào ạ?
Em đang bị lẫn lộn chỗ đó. Bây giờ thì bảo tâm lại là pháp ạ. Từ ái là một pháp ạ. Em
Thế chị nói là chị không rõ thì để Ajahn trả lời.
Con không rõ chỗ này ạ.
She doesn't know, Ajahn. She's not clear on this point.
So is Dhamma and is real? Does it experience an object?
Có ạ.
Yes.
That's why there are so many different realities which experience the object. So we learn little by little now at moment of seeing. What are there? There must be citta, the chief of experiencing the object clearly. That's why we talk about citta anytime, because what is the object of experiences is there, known, clear. As this is water and this is not water, right? Is this also water?
Orange.
See, different color. How can there be such idea? Because citta experiences a difference between the water and the juice, orange juice. That's why they are the chief of experiencing. When one heard about the chief, it means that without it, nothing can appear at all. Without seeing, there's not what now appears. Without hearing, there's no sound at all. Impossible. But there are other realities which experience the object arise together at the same moment of citta, but they are not citta. They have their own characteristic and their own function. So learn to understand that all are dhammas, and there are two kinds of dhamma. One kind arises to experience the object, and the other kind cannot experience the object at all. So the Buddha used different terms. The reality which experiences the object is nama, dhamma. And that which arises is that which cannot experience the object is also real. It's a Dhamma, but it cannot experience the object. So it's Rupa Dhamma. And citta is the chief of those reality which arise and experience the object. So there are more reality which experience the object, but the chief one is citta, arises each moment. At moment of anger, can there be kindness?
Không ạ.
No, Ajahn.
So kindness is not anger, is that right?
Dạ vâng, không.
Are they Dhamma?
Có là pháp ạ.
Yes, they are.
Kindness and anger are what kind of Dhamma?
Pháp bất thiện, sân là pháp bất thiện ạ. Còn từ là pháp.
So anger is a kusala dhamma and the other is a kusala dhamma.
Is anger citta? Is anger citta?
Đây là khái niệm mới, con chưa biết.
These are the new knowledge concepts I don't know about.
I just give a little brief summary again. So there are two kinds of realities, those realities that experience an object and those realities that don't experience anything. Realities is the same as dhammas. So the dhammas that experience an object are dhammas such as seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, thinking, and also the different mental qualities such as anger, kindness, understanding, ignorance. So these are all dhammas that experience an object. We say they're namas. Namas experience an object. And there are those realities, those dhammas that don't experience anything, such as the hardness, the sound, the visible object seen. They're experienced, but they don't experience anything. They are rupas. When we talk about the namas that experience an object, there are two kinds. There are the chittas, which are the leaders in experiencing the object. So seeing is a citta, hearing is a citta, thinking is a citta. But the cittas cannot arise alone. They have to be accompanied by various mental factors. And the ones Ajahn mentioned are examples. Anger is a cetasika, kindness is a cetasika, ignorance is a cetasika. Like you said, anger is a kusala dhamma, kindness is kusala dhamma. We can say that some kusala and akusala dhammas, such as moments of thinking, are kusala, and some are akusala cittas. And the mental states, the kusala and akusala mental states, are cetasikas, another word. So at each moment in life, one citta arises, accompanied by at least 7 cetasikas. They experience the same object and they fall away. It doesn't matter if you don't remember the terms or names, but Ajahn is pointing out at each moment there is the chief in experiencing the object. Now at a moment of seeing, seeing is the chief in experiencing the object, but it has to be assisted by different mental factors. There must be the mental factor that contacts the object. There has to be the concentration that focuses on the object. There has to be the attention that attends to the object. And at moments when kusala cittas arise, it has to be accompanied by many, many cetasikas, such as non-harming, such as non-attachment, such as confidence in the truth, such as awareness. So these are wholesome mental factors. Generosity is a mental factor. Kindness is a mental factor. Understanding is a mental factor. But there isn't understanding with each one. So this is just a little summary. So it's just to understand a little about the difference between those dhammas that experience an object, two kinds, citta and cetasikas, and those dhammas that don't experience anything, rupas. And what's the purpose of learning about these? Bick will tell you, if she's listening, the purpose is just to understand no one here, no one to practice, no one to do anything, just different dhammas arising, those that experience, those that don't experience, performing their functions by conditions and falling away. No I to be found at all.
Is kindness I?
Từ có phải là mình không ạ?
Không ạ.
No.
Pháp.
What is it?
Nó là gì ạ?
Là một pháp.
It's a Dhamma.
What kind of Dhamma?
Em chỉ hiểu đó là một cái tâm thiện hoặc là một
Tại
pháp,
vừa rồi
pháp
cô
thiện.
Sarah vừa mới giảng xong á, chị có nghe chị có.
Tâm sở đúng không ạ?
It's a cetasika.
Why not citta?
Tại
Why it cannot be citta?
ý là tại sao nó là tâm sở mà không phải là tâm?
Em chưa phân biệt được tâm và tâm sở như thế nào. Thực sự là em mới nghe, thành ra chưa biết được.
Tại vừa rồi bà Sarah có nói, chị thử nhớ lại một chút xem chị có hiểu. So she's still not clear about the difference between citta and cetasikas.
Tức là thầy đang muốn hỏi là từ ái là tâm hay là tâm sở đúng không chị?
Dạ. Từ là sợ tâm hay là tâm sở thì chị trả lời là tâm sở. Và Achan hỏi là vì sao nó là tâm sở chứ không phải là tâm?
Vì nó có đối tượng đúng không ạ? Có gì nhỉ bạn? Gọi là có đối tượng để cho mình hướng cái tâm đấy đến thì là gọi là tâm sở. Hình như sai.
She said that it's a cettasika because it has an object. It has an object towards it. There is kindness.
The cetasikas accompany the citta. They help the citta to experience the object. The citta needs the assistance of the concentration cetasika and the contact cetasika in order to experience the object. Because citta cannot experience an object on its own. That's all.
When a kusala citta arises, it needs many kusala cetasikas to arise. Actually, kusala cetasikas to make it kusala citta experiencing the object. So kindness is one cetasika that accompanies the citta to experience the object. So So that's why it's a Cetasika. It experiences the same object as the citta and the other Cetasikas that arise together. But the citta is the leader and the Cetasikas are the helpers that accompany it.
So if we're talking about kindness, the object is going to be a being, another individual. The citta is the chief in experiencing, and it's a concept. Is that? So when there's kindness towards another being, the citta is accompanied by the mental factor of kindness.
Can you be kind to the flower?
Nếu như bông hoa đó còn tươi còn đẹp, đây là một cái dính mắt, đúng không ạ? Còn tươi còn đẹp như này thì mình có lòng từ ái ạ. Còn nếu như nó đã héo rồi thì đương nhiên là sẽ vứt đi ạ. Thì mình cái này cũng là một cái.
So when the flowers are still fresh and beautiful, maybe there can be some kindness towards the flowers, but not when it's already fade away.
That's why there are so many misunderstandings of the teachings of the Buddha, because it's not careful considering enough of each reality. That's why we have to learn and consider until it's so clear and it's one's own confidence of the truth that cannot be changed at all. That's why if one thinks in one's own way, be kind to the flower. Don't hold it strongly, and so on. But in truth, it does know at all. Who holds it, who touches it, who is kind to it, impossible. That's why realities are beyond one's own thought or one's own imagination. We have to consider again and again and again. For example, why this moment needs such cetasikas to condition it. And each citta, what are the conditions for its arise? Besides the rupa, like the eye, and that which impinges on the eye, it needs also another reality which experiences the same object to arise together, performing each function to support citta to arise. So citta cannot arise without conditions. So we learn what are conditioned cetasikas for this citta and for the other citta. That's why cittas are different by cetasikas too. It's all in one's life, and once it's there heard, there can be moment of beginning to think or consider that reality, whether it's what, citta or cetasika. Just think about.
That's why I mentioned earlier, without understanding, there cannot be any knowing about what kindness is, what generosity is. We just make assumptions. We think of kindness to the body or kindness to the flowers, but this is not kindness. And I think because we're running a little short of time and one or two people...
10 bạn Hà.
Con xin chào bà Sarah. Con đầu tiên con xin được thể hiện lòng tri ân đối với những lời giảng vô cùng quý báu của các ông bà, và con xin phép được có một câu hỏi. Con được biết là để hiểu được sự thật như nó là thì chúng ta phải trải qua 3 giai đoạn. Đó là giai đoạn pháp học, pháp hành và pháp thành. Thì hôm nay con kính xin ông bà giải thích sâu hơn cho chúng con được nghe về giai đoạn thứ hai là giai đoạn pháp học ạ.
Pháp hành đúng không? Ý của em là giai đoạn thứ hai là pháp hành đúng không?
Dạ vâng ạ.
Em nói luôn tiếng Anh.
Yeah. Firstly, I would like to express my gratitude and thankfulness to Than Achan, John and Sarah. I am very lucky and happy to see you again in person right here in Hanoi, and it's still like a dream to me. Today, I would like to raise a question, and it is to experience the truth as it is, we must be through stages, pariyati, patipati, and pativeda. Today I would like to be touched and further explained about the second stage, patipati. Thank you very much.
This is a good question and relevant to yours, because often, commonly, people translate patipati as meditation, and they think that if they go and patipati, then, or patipat in Thai, then afterwards they can study the teachings, but they need to practice first. But this is all the wrong understanding of what patipati means. As you mentioned, without the pariyati understanding, which is the careful consideration and reflection about present dharmas, as we have been discussing, seeing, hearing different dharmas as anatta, it's impossible for there to be the patipati, which is the direct understanding of the dharmas. So it actually, the patipati doesn't mean meditation. It actually refers to reaching the particular object of understanding. So it is not just reflecting and considering about what is seen now, but directly understanding what is seen. And this morning, Ajahn made a comment about how when there has been careful consideration, there can be the beginning of the second round, the beginning to get closer to the reality that appears now. Without having heard or considered what is true, the different dharmas are far away, but from considering and understanding what is real is a little closer. There can be a little more understanding of kindness as a dharma, friendliness to others, just for a moment, and falls away, not for half an hour, just for a moment. And it's not my kindness, not my generosity. It's just a dharma, a cetasika that arises and falls away. So now there is considering about it. But the quality can be understood when it's there as a dharma, not when we're sitting quietly trying to have kindness, but when we're with other people, when there is helpfulness or kindness. It's dharma, it's daily life. Hearing is now, it's not in a meditation center, it's not sitting in a particular manner. Anywhere there is hearing. So patipati is the direct understanding, the reaching with understanding of the object to be known by panya, by understanding, not by anyone. And without this patipati, direct understanding of the dharmas we've heard so much about, there can never be the pativeda, moments of clear understanding vipassana jnana and enlightenment. Perhaps Ajahn would like to add more.
What is pariyati?
I think that is the time that we understand the Dhamma by theory and based on what we have been learning.
About seeing,
Yes.
hearing,
Yeah.
smelling,
Yeah.
attaching, disliking, hunger, or to be full. Whatever is there in life can be studied. Begin to understand the true nature of each moment. It's different by conditions, no doubt. What is touched is hard or soft, right?
Yeah.
So now, is the table hard? Is your arm hard or soft?
I think it is soft.
Okay, but softness does not appear. That is soft.
Yeah.
But the moment when there is touching softness, it's there, appearing. To be known, it's just a moment of the appearing of that which is experienced.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it cannot appear. No matter what we are talking about now, before, we are talking about the truth of each moment. Hardness only appears when there is touching. At moment of seeing, we think that it's hard. We remember that it's hard, but in truth, it's just thinking. But hardness does not appear as hardness. That's why we begin to understand what is meant by direct understanding, the reality which is there, which is experienced, which appear as nimitta of touching and nimitta of hardness. Learn to understand the different characteristics. Otherwise, we just say hardness is experienced by citta and citasikas arising together.
Yes.
But nothing is the exact reality at exact moment yet. So now hardness is there appearing to touching only.
Yes.
And that which is touched is not that which is touched. It touches. But that is touched. Is there any understanding of these two so well as pariyati?
Yeah.
So pariyati is so firm, no doubt about what is there now. So it conditioned moment of instantly anattanness by conditions begin to attend to the characteristic of that which appears, which is hard, not that which experiences. Begin to understand correctly at that moment what is the object of experiencing and what is the experiences. Otherwise, it's just the idea. But at that moment, it's not the idea. The characteristic of hardness can be your arm or anything at all. Learn to understand the ultimate truth of each moment, which arises and falls away until it appears as nimitta of something, no matter nama or rupa. And that moment, no doubt about what is there. Not just the experiencing and not just the object, the hardness which is experienced. What is there? See, pariyati. When pariyati is so well versed and firm as foundation, no doubt about what is there which hasn't appeared at all. It's there appearing to understand the distinction between the one which experiences as citta, and citta cannot perform the function of being aware at all. It just performs the function of experiencing the object only clearly. At that moment, it performs its function of citta, but at moment of attending or being aware of the nature of that which is hard, not that which experiences hardness. What is that? Pariyatti. So it's not just very few words only that can condition the direct understanding of what is there. So we learn more about different cetasikas. Have you heard about sati? See, pariyatti? Understanding what sati is? No one. It can experience the object anytime when it arises by its function as its characteristic there, conditioned to be. Only that characteristic, not citta, different characteristic, different function. So the pariyatti is not enough when there's no understanding of what is there at that very moment. Because it's not just pariyatti. No need to recall or to try to name it, but the reality appears as it is a reality. No shape, no form, but it is then experiences an object, not that which is experienced. For example, right now, is there the reality which experiences the object, sees what is there? It's known from hearing, considering, but no understanding of the nature of that which is different from that which is seen or heard. Otherwise, how can there be the second round of the Noble Truth? That's why the first round has to be so firm. What is meant by so firm? Letting go, attachment or desire, understanding what is there by conditions, and understand what conditions. For example, seeing. Condition for seeing is the eye base, and that which now appear impinge on the eye base. If it's at the back, it cannot be seen because it didn't impinge on the eye base. So how can they be seeing what is there at the back? That's why learn more, understand more of pariyatti. It's more letting go. The idea of I am aware, or I understand that. Because right understanding begin to understand what is there when it appears like sati. We learn a lot. Sati is not citta, it's not feeling, vedana, it's not remembering, sanya. It's different because it's the moment of not forgetting, stage by stage. Not forgetting now that it's Dhamma. It's sati, not anyone at all. But now it's not Dhamma, it's I. It means that no sati. Even to think about the truth of what is there in words. That's why right understanding develops very gradually, very subtly, unknown, like holding the knife's handle, and one knife handle, not big, but it takes quite a long time to wear it away. What about the enormous ignorance and attachment to what is there now? As usual, by condition, from life to life, years and years ago, and what can get closer and closer to touch, begin to understand the truth, the characteristic of that which is there as object, not just of thinking, but of understanding the true nature of that. Not the same degree, not the same level, because now we're talking about citta. Citta is not the object of understanding, because what is experienced by citta is there. So attention is only in life from moment to moment is to that which is experienced by citta, not the citta. And when it is patipatti, it's the moment unknowingly, suddenly, instantly, by conditions, aware, understand what is there by conditions. So now there will be the understanding of the difference between moment with sati and moment without sati. Moment of kusala and moment of akusala. Not just think it's kusala to give away things for the others' benefit, not only thinking, but the quality of citta at that moment with sati, not forget to give. It conditions moment of giving away things for the others' benefit. So now it's not I, we say all the time. But when there's not enough condition to condition awareness to arise, to be known, that at that moment it's awareness, it's not citta, it's not other kind of cittasika, because it is aware. So it shows up the characteristic of awareness when it is aware of an object which is known from studying, understanding that is not self, to the degree that it conditions certain moment of awareness and understanding. Just begin to know that object is to understand. For the development of understanding, to begin to understand the nature of it, not just the word about it, very gradually, very slightly unknown. Right now, a moment of understand Dhamma is the path. The first round, or the second round, or the third round, known only by Panya, right understanding. So it's not just the word, pariyati, patipatti, and pativeda.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your useful and meaningful teaching. I realized that how much ignorance and attachment I have accumulated for lives, and from now on I will try to have sati and focus on the present moment.
And this is not pariyati understanding. Because when it's I trying, or I'm having sati, or I have so much attachment, or I have ignorance, this is not pariyati understanding, because it's all about I. So it cannot be the firm pariyati understanding to condition.
I think it's just a manner of speaking. She's just saying she'll keep in mind what Ajahn has said as a reminder.
It's gone. All gone. The moment of understanding is there, developed from moment to moment, very gradually, very subtly.
Thank you so much, John and Sarah. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.